Hello everyone, welcome to our yoga class. My name is Iryna, I'm teaching here at Linka Yoga Center. Today we will be doing the prenatal yoga, and also this class will be suitable as postnatal class or anybody who are just for beginners, so anybody who just introducing yourself to yoga. So for this class you will need the yoga mat, but it's okay if you don't have it. Then you will need the blanket, any blanket that you have at home, and maybe even like couple blankets if you're pregnant. So anything that you think you will need for resting pose in the end of the class to feel comfy. Maybe your favorite pillows. I know that some pregnant women, they have a long pillows, so you're welcome to grab those. Also 2 blocks will be nice to have, but if you don't have them, it's okay as well. So we'll just modify. We might use a strap, so you can use anything as a strap, but in many classes I didn't use a strap. The water bottle will be also nice to have. So let's begin the class. So if you like, slide the blanket, folded blanket underneath of your seat, or maybe your favorite pillow, maybe you have like meditation cushion, anything. We'll just do a little mindfulness practice in the beginning to connect to ourselves and connect to our babies. Sitting nice and tall here. Let's do a few shoulder rolls. Breathe in, lift your shoulders up, send them back, relax them down. One more. Awesome. Keep your shoulders away from ears. Sitting tall, relaxing your sit bones here. You can in your hips and feel your sit bones pressing against the folded blanket here. You can rock side to side, feeling your sit bones grounded. Okay, sitting tall. If you like, you can also slide the block underneath of your one knee or both knees for support, or you can also extend your legs, since we are going to stay here for quite a bit in this position, in this easy pose. So rest your hands on your knees, gently close your eyes if you like, or keep your gaze down, more inward. And just bring your awareness, connect to yourself, bring your awareness to yourself on yoga mat, connect to your body, connect to your baby. Notice sensations in your body. Just listen to yourself here. And maybe notice if you're feeling somewhere discomfort, somewhere pain. So you will be gentle to yourself during the practice. So notice. Good. Another breath here. And then rest your one hand on your chest, another hand on your abdomen, on your belly. And you'll continue with the breath here. For next couple times, if you like, sigh through the mouth with sound ha. It's a great tool for your body to self-regulate. So we're switching from the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic nervous system, feeling more grounded, more calm. And then continue with your normal breath. In prenatal yoga, you're welcome to do your breathing through the nose, inhale, and exhale through the lips. But if you're used to breathe through the nose, like yoga breath, you're welcome to continue this yoga breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. So your choice. If you have plugged nose, you're welcome to breathe just through your mouth. So again, eyes are closed. You're breathing through your nose, sending the breath down to your belly, expanding your belly a little more, expanding your sides, and on breath out, hug your baby with the muscles of the abdomen. Breathing out through the lips, breathing into your baby, expanding your belly. Breathing out through the lips. Lips are soft, shoulders relaxed. Continue like this. Notice if you can do your breath a little longer. Maybe on count of 1 or 2 longer. Breathing into your baby, saying hi to your baby. Maybe noticing the movement there underneath of your lower hands. Exhaling everything that doesn't serve you anymore. Exhaling worries about the unknown. And filling up yourself with good energy, with good thoughts, with love, with self-compassion. Let's stay here for another 3 breaths. Leaving all the doors behind the walls, behind the worries, behind the walls, behind the doors. Feeling calm, feeling present. Good. Finish one more cycle of breath. Good. Rest your arms on the side of your hips. Maybe have your gaze down here, and next breath, reach with your arms over your head. And then release your right arm down and reach with your left hand to the side for side stretch. Maybe look up here, ground through your left hip. So you feel good stretch in your sides, in your left side. And let's switch. In prenatal yoga, we focusing a lot on the side stretches, creating space for our babies. With every exhale, you can sink a little deeper. Good, let's release. We have been here in easy pose for some time, so let's stretch our legs. Let's stretch the legs, and hopefully you remember what leg was at the front first time. And then flex and point your feet here a few times. Maybe slide your legs a little wider so you can roll your ankles. Nice. Let's reverse. Good. Let's bend our knees one more time. Cross your shins. With another leg at the front. Again, if you need this block, you can slide the block. And then rest your right hand on your right shin, and send your left arm, left hand back to the side and back. A gentle twist here. You can also reach with your arm to the side, so you can add the stretch in your shoulder, in your chest. And you can reach with your arm behind of you as far as you like. Let's release. We'll do another side. Left hand on the shin, right hand behind of you, sitting tall here, or extend your arms to the side in a T and reach. Press your arm behind of you. Good, let's release. We'll do a few neck stretches. Hands can be on your knees, so on the side of your hips, bring your right ear to the right shoulder. Let's see, this is my right. Then slightly chin down to the chest, and left ear to the left shoulder, and continue like this, moving your head side to side. Maybe look up here. When you bring your head to the side, noticing you're sitting tall here. Having your shoulders relaxed away from ears, so you feel stretch in your neck. One time to each side. And then bring your chin down to the chest, lift your head up, look up, drop your head back, 40-degree angle, and then bring your chin down to the chest. Rise a few times here. Warming up the muscles on the back of your neck. Let's release and look side to side. Gentle twist in your cervical spine, in your neck, looking in the same direction with your shoulders. Don't move your shoulders, just your head. One more time. Good, let's release. Head, neck and spine back to align. Reach with your arms over your head. Palms facing forward, make your fingers like a starfish, activate your palms, and then on next breath out, bend your elbows, elbows to the sides, breath in, reach with your arms to the V shape. Continue like this, breathing out, elbows on the side of the chest, breathing into the V shape. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Like you have a lemon or orange there and you're squeezing the juice from this fruit. Let's do one more. Keep your arms over your head, bring your thumbs inside, cover them with forefingers and roll your wrists. Nice. Gentle movement, no cracking sounds. I hear mine, but hopefully you don't hear yours. Good. Arms down, hands down, and then reverse. Reverse the movement. And then release your arms down. Let's rock our bodies, upper bodies in a circle motion. So maybe have your hands down on your knees this time. Lean toward the one knee, in the middle, toward another knee, and back. So just continue rocking your body in these circles, and you can go as fast as you like. Make sure that you have your hips grounded. So especially when you're leaning forward. So going as fast as you like, as slow as you like, and also the range of motion as big as you like today. It also depends how big your baby is. Let's reverse. Do another 4-5 circles with your upper body. You can also add the shoulders to this movement, pressing one shoulder down, another shoulder down. Continue breathing. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the lips. And let's release. Sitting nice and tall again. This time we'll extend our, let's do the right leg to the side. Here, if you have a big pillow underneath of your seat, maybe you need to remove this pillow and maybe just slide the blanket underneath of your tailbone just to elevate your back here. Have your left foot bended, left knee bended, left foot inside of the right thigh. Again, slide this block if you need the block. Rest your right hand inside of the right leg. Flex your right foot, so toes facing your chest. And then reach with your left arm over your head and breath out. Lean toward this extended leg for another side stretch. Remember, ground through your left hip here. Maybe turn your chest, your sternum up to the sky. And you're looking up so you know that you're not shading your face with your arm. Another breath here. If you can reach with your elbow to the inner thigh, so you can press with your elbow to the inner thigh. Good, let's release. And we will switch the sides here. So extend your left leg, right knee is bended. Flex your left foot, micro bend in your left knee. Reach with your right arm to the side and over your head and breath out, lean to the side. Couple breaths here. With every breath out, you can sink a little deeper. Noticing your right rib cage expands. Good, let's release. This time have the soles of your feet together to Buddha Konasana or butterfly pose. The heels can be as close to the ground as you like, or as far, anything that is comfortable here. Sitting tall. On next breath out, lean a little deeper down. So breathing in, lengthen through your spine, so your back is extended, your spine is extended. On breath out, sink down. One more breath here with your back long. And on the next few breaths, you can round your shoulders, round your back, relax your head down here. You can shake your head side to side. Relaxing your neck. You can also massage the arches of your feet. The arches of our feet, they connect to the organs of digestion. So when you massage on the arches of the feet, you also stimulate the organs of digestion. And especially during the pregnancy, it's really important. Good. Couple breaths here. Maybe shake your head, nodding no with your head. Maybe sway your upper body side to side if it feels good. And then come back up Then we are going to stand our left heel on the side of your left hip for rocking baby. It's easy hip opener pose. Rest here. You have your legs kind of in 90-degree angle here, and then you have your hands inside of your right thigh, and you start rocking. Rocking horse. I think I said rocking baby because in prenatal yoga we call this pose rocking baby, but it's rocking horse pose. Especially if you have the surface of the yoga mat and the wooden floor, you will feel a little massage also of your right glute, right hip. I'll do a few more. So you can press on your inner thigh as much as feel good in your body. Let's do last one. Good. Let's release. And we'll do another side. So you have your right heel on the side of your right hip, hands inside of your left thigh. And let's do a few rocking horses here, rocking babies. Good. Sitting tall. One more. And let's release. This time we are going to extend our legs to this wide seated position. So when you feel good stretch inside of your inner thigh, and also have your feet flex, so you feel good stretch in the backs of the legs, and your hamstrings, and your calves. Let's make the interlace your fingers, make the fist in front of your chest, turn your chest toward the, let's do the right leg. I always try to mirror you. So you will turn your chest toward the and face toward the right leg, and then on next press out, you will lean toward this right leg. And probably it will be more inside of the leg since you have a baby here. And then you extend your arms, and then you're going to reach to the middle in between the feet, and then toward the left leg. Then bring the fist toward the chest, maybe lean slightly back. It depends how far you're in your pregnancy. And then back toward the right leg. We call in this pose making soup. So maybe imagine what you put in your soup. Maybe some vegetables, maybe some greens, like broccoli, any vegetables that you like. Let's do one more. Maybe zucchini, if you like zucchini, maybe squashes. Let's reverse and do another 4 circles, big circles, going as fast as you need, going with your breath. So exhale, you leaning forwards, and then breath in, you coming up. Let's do one more. Good, and let's release. So let's bend both our knees. Have your hands in between your knees and come to the table pose. Let's come on our fours. Here, if you need a little cushion for your knees, since we are going to stay here for quite a bit, slightly fold the blanket for your knees. Find table pose. You have your hands underneath of shoulders, you have your knees underneath of your hips, and we will go through cat-cow, but in pregnancy it's a little different than in regular classes. It's more movement in your upper back, so we don't do big movement in our lumbar spine, in our low back. So it's more like you shining your, pressing your chest forward, looking up. So it's more in your shoulders, in your upper back, and then you're rounding your back, again, more in your upper back. So take it easy here. Since you have already a lot of pressure on your lumbar spine, on your lower back, because you have a holding a big baby, big healthy baby. So we want to move just a little bit in our upper back, in our cervical and thoracic spine. Good. One more. And then come back to the neutral spine, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up to the downward facing dog. Here, if you like, you can walk your dog, pedal your feet. You can also rock your hips side to side, so do whatever feels good in your first downward facing dog. If you feel heartburn, maybe skip the downward facing dog. Good. And just stay here for a couple more breaths, pressing your heels down, sending your hips back and up, pressing with your fingertips to the ground so you don't sink in your shoulders. Back is flat. The baby hanging here like in hammock. Let's release our knees down on the mat for table pose. And we'll do just a few more poses here, standing on our knees. We will do another side stretch. Let's extend the right leg behind of you. Extend your right leg behind of you. First we'll do just a calf stretch. Then you have your 5 toes down. Make sure that you press with the big toe as well here. And then send your heel back. So you should feel good stretching your calf. Maybe don't. Some people don't feel big stretch here. So make sure that you feel the muscles inside of the leg, outside of the leg. So you're not pressing just on the pinky side of the foot. And then bring your leg across the mat to the left side. Here's my water bottle. So in a kickstand, you have your toes down, and then look behind your left shoulder. So you feel the good stretch in your right side. Awesome. Let's do a few breaths here. So you're looking behind your shoulder. Maybe you see your foot. Maybe you see your hip here. Let's release. Let's do another side. Left leg behind of you. Press your heel back. Good. Let's release. Left foot across the mat to the right side, look behind your right shoulder. Try not to collapse in your lower back a lot here, so you feel good stretching your side without arching your spine. Let's release, back to the table. Let's untuck our toes, big toes together, knees on the side of the mat, send your hips on your heels, and here rock side to side a few times, rocking your baby in between the knees. And then relax your head, maybe shake your head here. And then when you're ready, maybe stack your forearms and rest your forehead on the forearms, or rest your forehead down on the mat. Pressing your heels back on your heels, pressing your hips back on your heels. If you have your forehead down on the mat, you might want to roll your forehead side to side, massaging your forehead. And it's our resting pose, home pose, so you are welcome to come to this pose anytime when you need some rest during the class. So you can modify any poses, come into the child pose. One more breath. And then slide your hands underneath of your shoulders, press yourself back up. Keep your knees a little wider here. We are going to do a few movements here with on our force, kind of rocking our body again in circles. So you're pushing your hips forward, send them to the side, back on your heels. Here we need some space for belly, and then to another side. So draw big circles with your hips. You can also add the shoulders to this movement. One more. And then we are going to reverse. Going with your breath. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, coming on your heels. Awesome, let's do one more. And then release, come back to the table pose. Here you might want to slide your knees a little closer to each other, but hips distant apart. And then extend your right leg behind of you. Pressing with your fingertips to the ground, pressing with the top of your left foot to the ground. Lift your right leg. Square your hips, bring your right hip so it's leveled with your left. Deep breath here. And then on next press out, bend your knee and send your right knee on the side, on the right side, to the right side, toward the right side, and then extend. Continue, exhale to the side, inhale, extend. Let's do one more. Good, let's release. Extend your left leg behind of you, and then lift your left leg. If you have been practicing yoga for quite a bit, you're welcome to extend your right arm in front of you as well. So you're balancing just on your left hand and your right knee. Good. Next, press out, knee to the side and back. Try to keep your knee as high as parallel to the floor, but it's okay if you have it lower. The last one. So we do 3 times. Good. Let's release. Back to the table pose. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up to the downward facing dog. Again, maybe walk your dog. Good. Let's release our knees down on the mat, and we'll bring our right foot in between the hands here. Here the blocks can be handy. So if you have the blocks on the side of your right foot. If you don't have them, have your hands down on the mat. If you have bigger baby, you can slide your right foot closer to the right edge of the mat, so you have space for baby. Let's stay here in this low lunge for a couple breaths. Good stretch for your left quad. Keeping your right knee over your ankle or having your right knee behind the ankle here. The back toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever feels good. Good. If you like, for next few breaths, rest your hands on the top of your right thigh. You can also bring your hands in your heart, or you can extend your arms over your head. So your choice. I will have my hands in my heart. You can have them here. You can also have the hands on the blocks like this. Couple breaths here, pressing your hips forward, having them squared. Notice if your knee collapsing inside. Have your knee pressing to the right side. Good. Let's release. Hands down on the mat, and then again, these blocks will be handy here, so you can rest your hands on the blocks and you're shifting your hips back, extending your right leg, flexing your foot, then rock your hips back forward. Continue. Rocking your hips back, forward, a few times. Just nice movement for joints, warming up the joints, especially in the morning. Let's do one more. And keep your hips over your back knee, extend your front leg, keep a micro bend in your knee, and flex your foot. Stay tall here, maybe flip the blocks this longest side. And next, press out, sink down. So breathing in, you're lengthening through spine, breathing out, sinking down. And then release. Release, have the sole of your foot down on the mat, and then slide your right foot back to the table. Let's do another side. Left foot in between the hands. So this front stretch, or you can also, again, like if you have bigger baby, you can slide it closer to the left side of the mat. So whatever feels good in your body here. Knee over your ankle, or knee behind the ankle. Have the blocks underneath of your hands. First, we rest in our left shoulder, left side on the top of your left thigh. So no back bends here. You feel just good stretch in your quads. You have your hips leveled. One more breath. And let's add a little, just tiny back bend here. So you can do this variation. You can rest your hands on the top of your thigh. You can have your hands down, or you can extend your arms over your head. Your choice. Stay here for another 3 breaths. Again, noticing if you're bringing your knee inside. Send it to the side so it's over your ankle. Good, let's release. Hands down on the blocks. Shift your hips back. Flex your foot and shift your hips forward. So rock your pelvis, your hips forward and back a few times. The last one. Keep your hip over your back knee. Flex your left foot. Notice if you're kind of pressing your hips to the side, make sure that you're staying in the midline of your yoga mat. Having your hips squared. Maybe you need to use these blocks the longest side. Having your back flat here, and breath out, sink down, or inside of your left thigh. Breathing in, lengthening through your spine. Breathing out, sinking down. And let's release. Have your foot down on the mat, and then hands down on the side of your foot. Slide your knee back. Let's have some rest in a child pose again here. Big toes together, knees on the side of the mat. Send your hips on your heels. Maybe stack your forearms, rest your forehead on the forearms, and rest your forehead down on the ground. If you have your forehead down on the ground, you can press palm to namaste, and lift your hands over your head. It will be a good stretch for your shoulders as well. Reconnecting to your breath. One more cycle of breath here. And then come back up to the table pose. Grab some water if you need. And then we will move to next pose here. So for this pose, it's really nice to be in the middle of your yoga mat. Even maybe on the side of your yoga mat. On one side of the yoga mat. So we'll start with our right leg extended. So you have your left knee down, extend your right leg to the side. You'll do the gate pose. You have your heel and your knee aligned here. And then when you're ready, press yourself up here. Pressing your hips forward, having your hip over your left knee. Resting your right hand on the side of your extended leg, lift your left arm up. And then on breath out, lean toward the extended leg. Again, looking up to the sky, so you know that you're not shading your face with your arm. Open your chest up, feeling good stretch in your side. If you're sinking your hips back, you probably don't feel any stretch, so make sure that you're pressing your pelvis forward. Good, let's release, and we'll do a little movement here. You will have the arms in a C shape, and you just move side to side, and it's just side stretches, side openings, so it's not the movement of your arms, but it's more movement in your side. So no rush here, just noticing the sensations in your sides, like ballerinas. One more to each side. Good, release, have your hands down. Actually, before you have your head down, let's do one more pose here as a hip opener. Bend your right knee, you have your foot perpendicular to the small edge of the mat this time, and then have your right hand on the top of your right thigh, left hand on your hip, and let's just rock side to side a few times. You can sink to this pose as deep as you like. If it's bothering your left knee, make sure that you have a little cushion here for your knee. If it's still bothering your knee, you can just stay here in this half squat without any movement. Okay, one more. And then release. Now we are going to release, and we'll do another side. So if you need, slide this blanket to the right side of the mat so you can extend your left leg to the side with your left foot down on the mat, then walk yourself up. Notice your knee and your heel aligned, pushing your hips forward. Rest your left hand on the side of your left leg. Don't push on your knee here, just rest. And then reach with your right arm up and lean toward the extended leg. The toes of your the right toes can be tucked here or untucked, whatever feels good in your body. Good, let's release and do a few movements, C-shape, arms moving side to side like ballerinas. And one more. And let's release. Actually, before release, we'll do another side with this half squat pose. So this time have your left hand on the top of your left thigh, right hand on your hip, and continue rocking your pelvis side to side. Or stay here without movement like this. One more. Good. Let's release. Hands down on the floor. Knees down on the mat, toward the small edge of the mat this time. So we don't need this blanket anymore, so you can move the blanket to the side this time. Find table pose, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up to the downward facing dog. And then step with your hands back toward the feet in the forward fold. So in the forward fold, sometimes we modify with first of all, have your feet a little wider so you have space for your baby here. So it should not be the hips distant apart in this case. And then you can bend your knees, soften your knees. You can rest your abdomen in between the knees, in between the thighs. You can hold your opposite elbows with opposite hands. You can rock side to side. If you have heartburn, it's not easy to be in a forward fold. You can rest your elbows on the top of your knees and stay like this to modify the forward fold. If you're rocking, you can also shake your head, no with your head, and then release. And everyone have your elbows on the top of your knees. And then not engage your core. How you can engage your core when you're pregnant? So on next breath, rise up to standing. And exhale, release. Hands down to your heart. If you feel dizzy, like I usually do, have your chin down to the chest for a few breaths. Shake off here. Let's find the mountain pose. So you have your feet, hips distant apart, or a little wider, especially if you're in your third trimester. Have your inner feet parallel to each other, engage the muscles of your legs. Arms resting on your sides, shoulders away from ears, gaze on horizon. Few breaths here. Good, the next breath, reach with your arms to the side and over your head, interlace your fingers, extend your index finger, relax your shoulders away from ears and lean to the right side. And then back to the center and to another side for side stretches. Good, back to the center, release your arms and you will do a few shoulder rolls here. Maybe have your fingertips on the shoulders here. You can do just your arms extended. Another one, and then reverse. Rolling as fast as you like. Good. Release. We will do the Tree pose is our balance pose today. You are welcome to stay on your yoga mat, or you can come next to the wall, so you'll have support here. So we'll start with our right foot as the base foot. Shift the weight of the body on the right foot, and then bring your left foot inside of the ankle, maybe up to the shin, maybe up to the inner thigh. So find the place for your foot. Send your knee back, it's hip opener. Keep your hips squared. And then bring your hands to your heart. If you like to grow your branches, lift your arms over your head. Just make sure that you have your shoulders away from ears. Oops, a little windy here. Let's release the hands, release your foot, shake off. Let's do another side. Left foot as a base foot, right foot inside of the ankle. Up to the shin or up to the inner thigh. Sending your knee back, hips are squared, hands in your heart. Or maybe lift them over your head. Then notice if you're digging with the toes of your left foot to the mat. Lift the toes, spread them, place them back. So you pushing, pressing to the mat just with 4 corners of your foot. The ball of your big toe, small toe, and 2 sides of your heel. Good. Let's release, shake up. We'll continue to the series of the warrior postures. So from the base of your yoga mat and from the mountain pose, step with your right foot. Let's see. I'll do this side so I can talk to you. Step with your right foot forward for warrior one pose. You can do as many steps as you need here, so you can adjust. Have your feet a little wider, closer to the edges of the mat, and have your hips squared. So the headlights of your hips facing the front of the mat. Also notice if you're arching your back. So tuck your tailbone under. Hands in your heart. For few breaths here, feeling strong. Maybe sink your hips a little deeper. Then notice if you have your knee over your ankle or no. Have your knee over your ankle or behind the ankle. So it should not be like this. Okay? And then when you're ready, reach with your arms over your head. You always can modify with your hands down. We'll add some movement here. So if you like journey for some movement, arms in the goddess pose like this, elbows and shoulders on the same line, and then on press out, press palm to palm, maybe elbow to elbow. And it's okay if you don't touch your elbow to elbow, especially in the pregnancy. It's okay. Palm to palm, elbow to elbow, inhale, open back to the goddess, squeeze your shoulders, and back. One more. Good. And then have your arms in a goddess pose. Move your forearms down and up. So the movement comes from your shoulder joint. One more. And then release. Have your hands down to your heart. And find the warrior two stance here. So your back foot will be parallel to the small edge of the mat, the front foot in the middle of the arch of the back foot, and you have your knee over your ankle. Good. Then extend your arms to the T shape. And in this pose, we're looking on the middle finger of our front hand. Press with 4 corners of your back foot. So make the back leg, the muscles of the back leg active, strong. And on next press, let's add some movement here. On next press, extend your knee and lift your arms over your head, and then press out back to the warrior two pose. Here to modify, if your shoulders are tight, you can have your hands on your hips and do just your knee. Or if your knee is bothering you, you can do just your arms. Your choice. Let's do 2 more. Press in up, press out down, and the last one. And down, And then bind your back arm behind the back for reverse warrior. Flip your front palm up, reach with your arm over your head, and then maybe lean back. That is good, side stretch. If you have space, maybe sink your hips a little deeper. Looking on your upper arm. One breath. And then release back to the warrior two pose and side angle. Rest your elbow on top of your thigh and another hand on your hip. Opening your chest. And then press yourself back to the warrior two pose. Extend your front knee and turn your right foot to the left side of the mat. It's a little wider stance for me, so maybe for you as well. So maybe heel to toe, bringing your feet a little closer to each other for wide stand position. Have your toes, your feet 45-degree angle, so they are facing the corners of the mat. And then let's do the Let's do the arms over the head in a V shape, 5-point star. And then on breath out, let's squat down for the goddess pose. So elbows and shoulders on the same line. And then breath in, back to the 5-point star. Breath out, maybe make your fingers like a starfish again to activate your palms, and back up. And another couple times. Then here when you're squatting down, notice if you're leaning forward, and also if you arching your spine, so have your back flat, pressing your pelvis forward. Breath in, back up. The last one. Stay here. Have your hands in your heart, or maybe support your baby like this, and do a micro pulse. You can skip the micro pulse. Good. Let's release. Extend your legs, heel to toe, and shake off. Let's do the chair pose in between, and then we'll do another side. So for chair pose, you're welcome to come to the wall. I don't know if you will see me if I come to the wall, so I stay on my yoga mat, but you're welcome to come to the wall and have your back against the wall, so it will be easier to balance. I will turn around. You can have your feet a little wider, you can have even your feet together to challenge yourself, hands in your heart, and then on breath out, squat down to the chair pose. Again, tuck your tailbone under here so you have your back flat. So from here to here. Another couple breaths here. Extend your arms if you wish. Good, let's release and shake off. Good job, everyone. I know that you're doing really well. Let's do another side. So this time you're stepping forward with your left foot. So hands in your heart, from mountain pose, step to the front with your left foot. Finding the warrior one on another side. So first find alignment here. The toes of your back foot facing the right top corner of the mat. So the foot is moving 45-degree angle. The hips are squared. The headlights of the hips are facing the front. The back is flat. And then if you like, you can reach with your arms over your head. Shoulders away from ears. Okay, then bend your elbows. We will do some movements like we did last time. Then press palm to palm. On breath in, open your arms. Maybe send your arms a little behind you. Breath out, palms together. Breath in, open. Make sure that you don't move your back here, you don't move your spine. So adjust your arms, moving. Breathing in together, breathing out together, breathing in, open. And then the next few breaths we will do this movement, moving your forearms up and down. The movement comes from the shoulder joints here. So maybe you stop here, you don't have to go down. So maybe it's here, maybe here, maybe here. One more. Then release, hands in your heart, find the warrior two stance. Back foot is parallel to the small edge of the mat. The front foot in the middle of the arch foot, of the arch of the back foot. Notice if your knee collapsing inside. So externally rotate the femur of your left leg. So kind of standing your knee facing the second toe. And then extend your arms to the T shape. Here, and sometimes what I notice in the prenatal yoga classes, that many of you are arching the spine, and I understand why, because you have big baby here. So make sure that you have your back flat. Arms extended. So we are ready to add some movement. Extend your knee, palm to palm, and then bend. Knee, arms to the T. Continue. Breathing in, arms over your head. Breathing out, back to the warrior two pose. And two more. And the last one. And then reverse warrior. Don't hold your breath. Sometimes in this pose I hold in my breath, so just nice reminder to everyone, don't hold your breath when you're doing this side stretch. Another breath. And then release back to the warrior two pose and side angle. Elbow on top of your thigh. You can also, if you have the blocks, and if you like, you can rest your left hand on the block. Right hand can be on your hip, or you can extend it on the side of your right ear. Maybe sink your hips deeper. Pressing those four corners of your back foot. Good, let's release. Press yourself up, arms to the side. Extend your front knee. Turn your foot to the right side of the mat. And then heel to toe for a few goddess poses here. Arms over your head to the 5-point star. On breath out, sink your hips down. Breath in, extend your arms. Come up back to the 5-point star. Maybe every time sink your hips a little deeper. Have your knees over your ankles or knees behind the ankles when you're sinking down. Let's do one more. And then stay here for micropulse. So hands can be on your baby or in your heart. And let's release. Press yourself up. Heel to toe, but this time keep your feet wider than your hips and shoulders even. We are going to do Malasana yoga squat. That's really good to do during the pregnancy. So hands in your heart. And again, for support, if you need, you can come to the wall. So lean against the wall. I can't show you, but it's okay. So squat down, even deeper. Oh my gosh, I almost fall. And then find yourself in yoga squat, Malasana. When you have your hips pressing down, maybe you have your heels down, maybe not. You can also, if you have these blocks, you can sit on the blocks. 2 blocks, 1 block. Again, you can lean against the wall. And then you're pressing with your elbows to the inner thighs, inner knees, opening your hips, and then you're hugging your elbows, your forearms with your legs. So it's equal pressure from both sides. So you also engaging the muscles of your legs, working on this, the muscles, adductors, the inner thighs. You're pressing your pelvis forward. If you can, lift your chest up. Maybe you even have your back perpendicular to the floor, but it's okay if you don't. If you don't have any props underneath of you, you are welcome to rock side to side. But if it's bothering your knees, don't do it. This pose is really good to do every day for anybody, for any woman. And during the pregnancy, it's #1 pose. Good. Let's release as graceful as you can. Come on your knees, come on your fours. And I think we are ready to go down to do a couple poses down on the mats, and then we'll do our resting pose in the end of the class. So make sure that you have all the props that you need for resting pose, couple blankets, couple pillows, and then let's come on our right side. So we will all be on the right side first. We will do a couple poses for adductors for these inner thighs muscles. Have your upper legs 45-degree angle toward the torso, so it's kind of like this, and then you can have your right hand underneath of your head as for support, or you can lay down like this, so your choice. I like to be like this here. You have the heels touching each other, so the legs together, and then it's called calm show, and then open your knees with your inner feet together, and then close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. You can lift your left knee as high as you can. Just make sure that you're not moving your pelvis here. Yeah. Don't press your hips back. So as high as you can. Do maybe 15. 10 or 15. I don't count, so maybe you count in. Let's do another 5. So as high as you can. Good. And let's release. We will do another side. So this time you need to come on your left side. This pose is really good also for your gluteus medius. That is the muscles in your hips that is responsible for the stability of your pelvis. Then have your knees together, the heels together. Find the 45-degree angle, your legs toward the torso, and when you're ready, lift your upper knee as high as you can with your heels together. Continue. And maybe another 3 or 4. The last one, and let's release. If you're okay to if you in the beginning of your pregnancy and you feel fine to lay down on your back for a couple minutes, so lay down on your back and have your arms in a T shape, slide your feet a little wider, closer to the edges of the mat, and do few windshield wipes movements. So basically you're just moving your knees side to side. It's good movement for your lower back. If you in your third semester you just don't like to lay down on your back, you're welcome to come back to seated and do this movement from this position. So you have your hands behind you and again moving your knees side to side. Then we'll do the number 4 pose, another hip opener pose. So again, you can do this pose from here, or you can do this pose laying down. Have your right ankle on top of your right thigh. You can also thread the needle behind your left thigh. So you can press with your elbow to the inner thigh to open your right hip. So you can do here this pose, or you can lay down on your back. If you're staying on your back, and do this pose down there. You can also interlace your fingers over your shin. And again, it just depends how big your baby is. So maybe you just do this pose, just pressing on your inner thigh, like this. If you have bigger baby here. Let's do another side. So So left ankle on top of your right thigh, left hand inside of your left thigh or left knee, or interlace your fingers behind the thigh or over your shin. We do the same laying down. If you really enjoy the pigeon pose, you can do pigeon pose instead of this one as well. We like to do pigeon pose in our classes. Okay, let's release. Again, do a few windshield wipes movements. Your choice, laying down on the back or sitting. And then roll on your side for our resting pose. So here you're welcome to have the few props. You can have the prop for your head. You can also, let's see, extend your lower leg and then bend your another knee, the top leg, and rest your bended knee on the pillows, maybe 2 pillows, so you don't have your knee down, you have your knee and your hip line here. So it can look like this, or it can look different if you like to rest in a different position. So just find the position that is comfortable for you to have this few moments of rest. So let's just have a couple minutes of rest here with our eyes closed. Maybe begin your practice with a couple deep breaths, with sigh, with a sound hum. And one more. And then you're welcome to come back to your normal breathing. But if you need the focus in your practice on something, you're welcome to come back to your yoga breath and focus on the length of your breath or the sound of your breath. Noticing your whole body is heavy now, heavy and relaxed. Noticing if you're holding tension somewhere in your body. So send the breath to this tight place in your body, and then on exhale, release, relax there. Perhaps you're holding some tension in your shoulders, so maybe do a couple breaths in your shoulders. Relaxing your shoulders. Relaxing the muscles of your neck, the muscles of your face. Relaxing your jaw. Whole body is soft and relaxed. You're welcome to lay down in your practice as long as you like. But today we will do it a little shorter for our resting pose. So now deepen your breath. Deep inhales, long exhales. And then invite some movement to your body. Start wiggling with your fingers, wiggling with your toes. And then press with your upper palm to the ground so you can come to seated. And find any sitting position that you like. So it can be easy pose. You can extend the legs to the side for wide seated position if you like. It can be hero pose, staff pose, anything that you like to finish our practice. Then rest your right hand on your abdomen, rest your left hand on your chest. And let's, with your eyes still, with your eyes closed, move your right hand clockwise over your baby, over your belly. Saying hi to your baby. Sending good thoughts, positive energy to your baby. Feeling your baby healthy, happy, soothed by the sound of your heartbeat. It's also a good massage for the abdominal organs. When you add in gentle pressure and moving your hand clockwise over your belly. One more big circle. And then release your arms, rest your hands on the side of your hips. And then next press, reach with your arms over your head. Press palm to palm. And on exhale, slide your hands down to your heart. Thank you very much for joining me for this class, for this prenatal yoga class. I hope you enjoy yourself in this class, and yeah, just do this class anytime when you would like to. Have a nice day. Light in me sees light in you. Namaste.